And go ahead and just keep the feet bent for now. And begin to relax your arms and maybe focus on a point above you. And then I'll invite us to begin the transition towards this present space. If it feels comfortable or available, you might soften your eyes. Maybe the eyelids come to touch. And then just begin to scan the parameters of your body, taking note of any extra sensation that might show up for you. And then begin to evenly place mat or ground. And take a moment to observe how you are entering into this practice. Notice any extra tension or thought that you might be holding on to. And then offer yourself the chance to release that until you find yourself in this clear, open space where we can practice mindfulness together. And as you become more present with the sensations around you, I'll invite you to notice any sounds, perhaps inside of your room or your home. If you're outside, you might be listening to the rustle of the wind in the trees or any birds. And then I'll invite you to begin to recognize how your breath feels today. Just start to become aware of the pattern of your own breath, knowing that there's no need to force or change your breath here. And then slowly, maybe begin to welcome this breath into the deeper parts of your physical body, the places in your body that might feel stuck or tense. And then allowing this breath to be your anchor throughout your practice. I'll invite you to reach your right arm up over your head and take a moment to rest it on a blanket or perhaps a second pillow, somewhere that it feels comfortable. And then our left leg is going to go long on the floor, and we'll take the right foot to the inner left thigh. So the right knee is resting to the outer edge of the mat, and you might place a block or a blanket under that right knee for some extra support. From here, begin to observe taking note of any sensation that you're feeling in your body, and also any thoughts that are moving through your mind. Take a moment to offer yourself a space of silence and stillness, paying attention to any deeper energies or deeper feelings in your tissues and in your body. Here we're inviting our body to feel heavy, a long, heavy, soft body. And then go ahead and take 5 more slow breaths here. And then moving your right arm very, very slowly back down along the side of your body. Go ahead and guide the right knee back up towards the ceiling. And then just find a gentle release by taking the right knee in towards your chest and giving it a squeeze with your hands. And let's take a breath in together, reach our arms over our head. And then exhale, grab the right knee, pull it into your chest. This time, let's inhale, our arms and our leg extends, reaching above our head and extending the right leg beyond. And let's exhale and guide the right knee back towards chest. This time, release your right leg, release your arms, taking a moment of pause, and then moving towards the left side of the body, the left foot to the inside of the right leg, maybe cushioning the outer left leg with a block or blanket. And we'll place our left arm over our head, inviting some stretch or sensation into the left side of our body. And take a moment to observe how the quality of your breath might be shifting and changing throughout the movements that we take. Begin to direct this breath to the deeper parts of your body. See how it would feel to relax the whole back of the body. embodying this quality of heaviness, letting the back of the body feel heavy and supported. And perhaps you soften the shoulders down the back, letting go of any extra tightness through the neck or in the mouth. And then bringing your mind back to this current situation, the sounds, the smells, the textures, and the temperature. And we'll allow ourselves to be here for 5 more breaths. And as you finish your last breath, return the left arm back down by the waist, and then guide the left knee back towards the ceiling. Pull the left knee in towards the chest. Maybe feel the back of the body rock side to side on the mat. Let's inhale, extend our arms above our head, reaching through the fingers. And then exhale, guide the left knee into the chest. This time we'll inhale and extend the left leg and extend the arms. And exhale, guide the left knee into the chest. And then release. Go ahead and lengthen the left leg on the floor and the arms along your sides. And then begin to bend your knees and shift over to one side. You'll spend a moment here. And then very slowly and gently begin to push into the floor and lift your body up. We're going to go ahead and come into a seated position, taking a blanket or a small support and placing it underneath of your hips. And then we're going to go ahead and reach our legs straight out in front of us. And we're going to find a fold forward. So I want to invite you to take a bolster or pillow or anything that you can rest your body on, maybe even a block on top of a bolster, and then just a gentle fold forward. And then just take a moment and come to your very first edge of sensation. So we're not trying to find anything too intense. We're affording ourselves this gentle, soft, and soothing practice. Relax. Your toes feel heavy. And then become mindful of your breathing and where you Feel the breathing moving in your body. And from here, I'll invite you to direct this breathing pattern towards the rib cage and let it expand to all sides, filling up the front, the sides, and the back of the rib cage. And over time, you might slowly fold deeper, only if that feels nurturing today. Here, you might be noticing some compression or contraction in the front of the body, along the hips or the top of the legs. And we're also stretching and finding tension along our legs. Let's take 5 more natural breaths here. Paying attention to anything that feels like extra thought or extra tension. See how you might let go of that a little bit. And then at the end of your final breath, going so slowly like you're moving through water, start to lift your body back up, keeping your eyes gently closed or soft, and then just reorient, lifting through the top of your head. And we'll extend our arms up over our head. And then as you exhale, I want you to bend your elbows, draw the shoulders down the back, and then look up, stretching through the throat. Let's inhale, lift the arms, neutralize the spine, and then exhale, pull the elbows down, send the throat up. One more time. And then releasing the hands down to the floor, bending your knees. Remove your support and then rock your knees side to side. And then we'll move into a twist. So we'll take our feet over to the right and let your top foot kind of rest towards your bottom leg. And then take a pillow or bolster over towards your left. And then when you get there, we're slowly just going to twist our torso over the bolster and relax down. Turning your head in a shape or way that is healthy today. Take some time just to observe now. It's our front of our body connecting down into the yoga mat and into the earth, providing us with this stable, grounding, and strong foundation. Let's see how we might just soften the edges around our body so we can connect a little deeper to this safe foundation. Following the rhythm and the flow of your breath, watching how the breath moves up your right rib cage, and watching how the breath might release down the spine and out. And as we take these moments to check back in with the quality of our thoughts, just reorient your brain to this moment, taking note of the sounds or sights or textures, and then drawing awareness back to the physical part of your body, drawing attention to the top of your head, moving that attention down the body and out the soles of the feet. Giving yourself permission to rest here for one or two more breaths. And then again, moving very gently, letting your body naturally unwind. Push into the floor, lift your torso off of the bolster. And let's take our left arm. Left arm reaches up and over towards the right. And you can just round the shoulder down and round the arm up towards the ceiling. Just find a little bit of mobility. And then come back to neutral and lean your weight back. Take your feet to the other side. the left side. And we'll invite our bolster over to our right hip. And then when you're ready, lowering the torso down. And then again, take a moment to adjust and see how this side of your body might need a little different. As you are here, you might be noticing the fluctuations of your mind. And we can anchor ourselves back into this moment of yoga by saying something that is true to ourselves. I am here practicing mindfulness. And then observing the breath along the left side of your body, in the left rib cage, watching as the rib cage might expand and fill up with breath. And then watching as the rib cage relaxes. Go ahead and let awareness move along your body, moving down from your head, down the spine, and out your legs. And then stay here for a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, you'll push your body back up. pausing when you arrive at the top and then letting the right arm just reach up and over your ear, finding some sort of stretch. And then you might roll the shoulder down, rounding through your spine, and then rolling the shoulder up, maybe looking up. And just play here for a breath or two. And then relax, release your hand, take your legs back out in front of you. Let's go ahead and push our feet and our hands into the floor. We're gonna lift our hips up, point the knees towards the ceiling, and really push the hands down. Take a deep breath here and relax. Move your body back down to the mat, and then come onto your belly. Move onto your belly with a blanket maybe at the top of the mat for your head. And we'll start on the left side. So we're gonna come into a few stretches for our arms and throughout our chest. We're gonna reach our left arm straight off to the side, right out of the shoulder joint, and then taking our body over to the left, just a touch until you feel some stretch along the shoulder and maybe the front of the chest, and then support a pillow or a blanket underneath of the head. And you can just stay like this, rolling over to your left side. And some of us might eventually take that right leg, the right foot, and put it behind us, pointing the knee up towards the ceiling. It's just a little bit more of a twist. And then taking note of how this feels, what it looks like in your body, and holding space for whatever you find, letting go of any judgment or need to control the practice, and just afford yourself a few moments of grace. And some of us might relax here. If we want more opening throughout the front of the body and the chest, we might let our right hand come behind us, relaxing the shoulder. You get to choose what you need today. Invite the pattern of your breath back into your mind, watching as the breath moves in your body and moves out your body. And then take 3 more steady breaths. Maybe releasing the breath out your mouth whenever you feel. And then unwinding your right hand back down to the surface of the floor and spinning your body back towards the mat. Let the arms come to a comfortable position and rest one cheek on the floor. And then set yourself up to take your right arm. Your right arm reaches out from your shoulder joint. And then pushing your body slightly over to the right, just until you begin to feel a stretch. And relaxing your head down on any support, letting the neck relax. And then over time, maybe the left knee points up towards the ceiling and you find a little bit more of a twist in your body. And then again, we'll invite in heaviness, letting go of the need to engage or do work. Relax your muscles. After a while, if you want your left arm behind you, relaxing the left shoulder, softening around the chest. And beginning to unwind the left arm if it's behind you, and taking your body all the way back to your mat. Relax your arms and take a moment of pause. And then go ahead and push into the mat and arrive in a tabletop shape. So we're coming onto our hands and our knees. And then just moving through a little bit of movement, pushing your hands and your knees into the earth. And then lifting your collarbones, lifting your chest. And then rounding your spine, tuck your chin and hollow out your body. And then just 3 more times moving forward and moving backward. And maybe you invite more movement, more dynamic movement, moving side to side, forward and back. And then let's release in a child's pose as we're ready. Our heels will come towards one another. We'll sit our hips back. And tonight I want us to open a little bit more along our arms. So we'll bend our elbows and take the hands behind our head, relax our head close towards the mat. Maybe you can relax your blanket if that feels better. And then return awareness to the pattern of your breath, inviting this pattern of breath into the whole body, the deeper parts of your tissues, moving along the length of your spine. Just taking note of whatever is true for you and your practice, noticing any sounds, paying attention to the feelings in your physical body and the thoughts in your mental mind. Almost 4 or 5 more breaths here. And then when you are done, return back onto your stomach, lengthening the legs. And we're going to turn onto our right side. And our right hand will support our head. We'll bend our elbow and just cushion our head here. And then I'll invite you to bend your bottom leg, your right leg. And then reach your arm back towards that right foot or ankle. And if the bottom leg isn't accessible today, you can always bend your top leg. Just finding a stretch in one of the the front of our upper legs. And then once again, softening parameters, affording ourselves grace, relaxing the tissues around our eyes and our mouth. And then over time, we might soften the right foot closer down towards the floor. And as we're breathing here, we can move the breath to the right side of the body and see how the right side of the body pushes into the yoga mat or into the ground. And then very gently begin to let go of the foot that you're holding on to and reach your left arm up over your head. Let it dangle over your head and spend a moment here. And then rotating the torso back towards center and rolling onto the left side of your body. And then again, time, some of us it might be our bottom, for others it might be the top. And resting the head in the left hand. See if you can rotate your shoulders away from your ears and find a little more room across the neck and throat. And then paying attention to the pattern of breath through the left side of the body and the left rib cage. Relaxing any extra muscles, any extra tissues that are holding on that don't need to be. And taking 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then starting to release your foot, rotating your torso back along the mat. When you get on your belly, bend your knees and rock your feet side to side. And we'll press our body back up to all fours, hands and knees. We'll move into a lunge and then we'll move back onto our backs. So if you have blocks or anything that's supportive, you can bring them to the front of your mat now. And let's step our right foot forward, putting our hands on the blocks and adjusting your position. And then softening the hips. So no need to engage the muscles. Start to invite the feet to feel heavy. Time your body soften through your hips. Maybe send your eyes up towards a point on the ceiling. You can let your shoulders back. And if your back knee ever starts to give you any trouble, you can tuck your back toes for a little more stability. Know that you can always find less or more. One more cycle of breath. And then begin to lengthen your right leg. Point your toes up towards the ceiling and spend a moment here reaching through the heel of the foot. And then step your right foot back and your left foot forward and adjust positions. Inviting heaviness into the feet and letting this heaviness move up the legs, through the hips and the torso, and all the way up to your head. And your eyes might be soft. If they're closed, I'll invite you to move awareness behind the eyelids and just relax in this vast space. And we'll stay here for 3 more breaths. And when you're ready, find a gentle release, lengthening through the left leg and lifting the toes up. And then step your left foot back Go ahead and sit on your heels for a moment. And let's just take a shoulder stretch together. We're going to reach our arms straight off to a T. And I'm going to flex my hands, spread my fingers really wide. And then relax the shoulders. And then put the right hand on the floor and take the left arm over your head. Grab the right side of your head and gently pull it over to the left. You might turn your chin down towards your chest and up towards the ceiling, just pausing when you find a place that you'd like to stay. And kindly return your head straight back up towards the ceiling and reach the arms again out to the T, spreading your fingers. And then putting the left hand down on the floor, reaching the right arm up over to the left side of the head and pulling just slightly, finding a little bit of stretch. And then you get to choose if you'd like to rotate your chin down towards your chest or towards the ceiling. And then guide the head back on top of the shoulders. And then we'll go ahead and release, coming onto our back. And on our back, when we feel comfortable, we'll take our feet as wide as our mat and move into a twist by taking the knees over to the right side. Now you can always bring in any support that you'd like between the knees. Arms can be over your head or out to the sides. And then I'll invite you just to become present again with the back plane of your body, the back of the body pressing into the floor, feeling heavy and stable. You're welcome to stay just as you are. Or if you want more through your shoulders or your arms, then bend your left elbow and take your left hand behind your skull. As the mind fluctuates, we can find stability in our breath, coming back to the constant in breath and out breath. And we'll release our left arm back out to a T and slowly start to guide both knees back towards the ceiling, keeping your feet wide and twisting the knees over to the left. And when you feel like you've arrived in this shape, you're welcome to bend your right elbow and take the fingers behind your skull for just a touch more sensation throughout the front of the body. And taking a moment just to pause and observe what is showing up in your mind as you practice stillness and quiet, and holding space without any judgment of what you might be finding. One more deep breath, and then begin to unwind your right arm. Return the knees towards the ceiling. Maybe pull them in towards your torso, rock side to side. And then move through any last shapes or movements before we rest. And if you have a blanket, you can cover up with a blanket if you tend to feel cold, or cushion the back of the knees with a pillow. And we'll move our awareness through our physical body, evenly placing our physical body on the yoga mat, moving awareness down the top of your head, down the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, and the face. Letting this awareness soften around the mouth, down the neck, taking softness down into your collarbones, to your shoulder blades and your shoulder heads, and relaxing down the arms and through the fingertips. Relax your rib cage and release tension through your torso and your abdomen. Letting this relaxation move down your hips and your pelvis, throughout the legs and the knees, and welcoming it down to the feet and the toes. And know that there is nowhere you need to go or nothing you have to do, but take the time to be present with your breath and present with your body. Gradually become aware of your physical body. Notice your physical body, the front of the body, the sides of the body, and the back of the body. And gradually become aware of the depth and quality of your breath. And then begin to guide awareness back into the room, listening to any sounds and feeling any textures or temperatures. And then I'll invite you to slowly reawaken your body, moving your hands and your toes, and letting the body reawaken. And as you are ready, shift over to the side of your mat, taking a moment there before you lift your body back up to a seated position. And spending a few moments gathering all of the energy that we created from our practice and directing it to a place in need in your body. And then adjusting your body, sitting your spine up a little bit taller, relaxing your shoulders, and guiding your hands in towards your chest. And keeping touch with whatever you might be experiencing after practice. And I thank you for sharing the internet together, and for sharing this practice together. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. Thank you.
That was exactly the practice I needed. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us at Nivata today, your very first time.
Yay! It was very exciting at the beginning it was exciting, but now I feel very mellow. So
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
yeah, I think I'm signed up for something else next week. So it'll be great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much. Be well.
You too.
Bye.